What's up, guys? Welcome to another Hobbits of Cheshire live stream. So this time, main topic is going to be talking over the Reading and Dielsdorf top 5 lists. Both of them are good and evil for both players, so it's quite a few lists, so I'm not sure how long we're going to be spending on each list, because Josh is being selfish and wants to go and play Civ 5 at 3 o'clock, so we've only got like an hour and a half. This guy.
They drag too much anyway, don't they? Speed 'em up.
But we're going to also quickly touch on a few things to start with. So first thing, in case you don't know for some reason, pre-orders for a bunch of new stuff that are coming out next week has just gone live. So it's the new Hobbit book, which we both, I'm assuming you're going to order?
I'm going to order it. I haven't ordered it yet.
The Gandalf dice, new Gandalf, the faded from the box set, which I was really surprised that they're actually selling on its own. And then a bunch of old models that are coming back. Exactly, Ben. As a heads up, Ben, I'm bringing mine to Throwing Skulls. You're going to have to sign it. Just as a heads up.
I thought it was Ben Davis or something.
No, Ben Bailey. Yeah, at the Battle Companies event, I forced him to sign my book. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of new things. So I think I bought like a bunch of Mahud, a couple of Gondor things as well today.
Yeah, I've got to figure out what I want, because like Groblog's back, but I already play goblins, but I want him to round the army out. Candish King on Chariots are back. Candish Horsemen are back, but they're in single blisters now. I can't really afford them right now, but I will.
Yeah, are they like £8, similar to like the camels?
£8, same as camels and Serpent Riders.
It's a pretty good price, to be fair.
Yeah,
Unless you want hordes of them, I guess.
Yeah, I need like 25. So.
Alright, Mr. Murphy. So yeah, those are coming out, and then we are going to quickly touch on the new Gondor profiles. So with both Huron and save me, Josh.
Ingold.
Ingold.
Like that. Is Ingold? That was it. Yeah.
I think it's Ingold.
The less good one.
So yeah, we'll be talking about that. But quickly before that, just address something from last time. When we talked about the Sterling lists, we said that we were surprised there weren't any Prowlers. Apparently Barney did have Prowlers, but it was only a couple of Prowlers, I think 4 to 6. Stephen Bonham put as a comment last week. I think we were more talking about like majority Prowlers in the list that we were surprised.
Or like a bunch of Prowlers.
Or loads of them,
I
yeah.
think Barney ran the Balrog, didn't he? So he didn't have as many points, whereas the way that I was thinking about it was you take loads of goblins, and then the way that you killed enemy models was like Groblog with like 10 or 12 Prowlers.
Yeah.
To like chunk out parts of someone's force. So.
Awesome.
But yeah, they're still good in small numbers. I'd have a few in the list anyway.
426, not 46. 46 Prowlers with the Balrog would be an impressive list. Okay, what would you take? Just like, that'd have to be basic captains, right?
I don't think you could fit 46. Well, actually, goblins.
Yeah.
800. Yeah, you could probably fit Groblog into.
Fair enough.
But...
Why didn't you do that, Barney? What an idiot. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with the Gondor profiles as said, and...
Yeah, it's just the two, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I don't know if you have... Do you have them, Josh?
Yeah, I've got them.
Yeah,
on
I was
my
going to say.
So.
He would have won if he had 46 Prowlers. That's a very good point. So up on your guys' screen, you'll be able to see the Here in the Tall profile in case you haven't seen it. So 80 points, fight 5, strength 4, defense 6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 5, 3 might, 1 will, 1 fate. So basic captain profile with a plus 5, 5 points more really for the might that we usually see for evil guys. So in the last edition, like Grishnak or...
He's not actually a bait, because basic Gondor captains kind of suck. So they're
not
goes
5-5?
to fight. No, because the warriors are fight 3, so the captains are fight 4. It's fight 5 in Gondor was like back in the old edition. It was like only Faramir that had it. So Faramir had it and Denethor had it, but Denethor wasn't really a fighter. So it's really nice to get another fight 5 model that you can mount up.
Okay, so this is basically like
you can do Kings of Men too, but no
it's like pretty much like a Faramir profile then.
Yeah,
more than captain. Okay, fair enough. I don't play Condors, so...
yeah, it's really nice to get fight 5 in the list.
Yes, yeah.
You don't have a lot of it.
I say you can get a horse. He's got a two-handed, hand and a half sword, which is master forged, so you don't get the -1 to fight. Heroic abilities: heroic resolve, heroic strike, and strength. Probably the only one you're gonna use is strike. I don't think I've seen anyone use resolve yet, and strength is very.
It's okay if you're taking a big risk to like
Yeah.
try and one-shot like the Balrog or something.
If you're
Big
fighting
monster.
something like the Balrog, then go for heroic strength. Like I've had Grimbold try and heroic strength against Sauron and stuff like that.
That it's only good if you're like trapping it so you get more attacks. Which you better just saving the might to up your dice.
He's then got 2 special rules. The first one's an active ability. So while he's within 3 inches of either Denethor, Aragorn, King Alessar, he gets Fearless and may reroll a single dice when making a dual roll. Basically a free reroll. If he's in range of a banner, gets to reroll both of his dice.
Stacks the banner, which is good.
Yeah. Fearless, he's Courage 5, so isn't too big, but it's a cool little thing. And then the insane thing about him is his passive. So if the leader of your army is a Gondor general, then while Huron the Tall is alive and on the battlefield, your opponent cannot score victory points for slaying the enemy leader. So if you have like Boromir, and he's your leader for some reason, and charge him in and he dies, they have to kill Huron the Tall to get the victory points. This sounds disgusting if you have a list like Denethor, Huron, Boromir. Denethor's your leader, you charge Boromir in, he kills stuff, you charge Huron in, he kills stuff, but even if they killed both of those killy heroes, they haven't killed your leader. And then if they do go out of the way to kill Denethor, they haven't dealt with one of the other two. It's just the triple threat.
I
really,
think
really good.
People are overrating it. They like thinking he's better than he is, but I think he almost always comes into your lists because he just lets you really efficiently get in the triple threat thing, and he makes your opponent deal with him. Like the special rules are kind of a non-bow in that you don't want him near your leader.
Yeah.
Because then the enemy resources that they're putting into kill, like Aragorn or Denethor, are then near him too. But yeah, he's a decent profile without that rule. Like Master Forge, two-handed without the penalty is really good because Gondor really struggles to kill things, and when you can might up a fight 5, strength 4, two-handed model, it's really good.
On a horse as well.
Yeah. It's mant up.
Sorry.
But I really like him with Denethor, and like especially at lower points, you can do like some really interesting things with Gondor now, where you go like Madril, Denethor, Huron as your 3 warband leaders, and just horde dudes out.
Yeah.
Because between those 3 guys, you can get 42 models, because they can lead 15. The only times you wouldn't take him, I guess, would be if you don't have a Gondor leader.
Yeah.
You know, he's a hero of valor, but then you can just put in Denethor for 35 points. You can lead 15 more dudes. I really see him being really good with Denethor. And then,
I think that'd be...
as you say, a Boromir or a Gandalf alongside them if you want, or at lower points, a Madril. I think he's going to be really effective. I don't think he's going to be like disgusting, but it'll be really frustrating to play against.
Better than Faramir, would you say?
Yeah, probably. Faramir got a bit better in the new rules in some ways, but if you put Denethor in, he has to charge.
He has to charge, and I know it's Boromir that benefits Denethor, isn't it?
Yeah, Boromir makes Denethor auto pass his courage. Yeah. Faramir, if Denethor's on the board, Faramir auto passes all courage tests, but he has to charge.
Crazy.
He's not that bad. You can like pin him in and stuff. It's not that bad of a rule, but you just rather have this guy because most of the time they stop killing stuff when they get shot off their horse. Really, and the only thing that Faramir does better than Huron in this way is having an armored horse. So I just go Huron. I think he's better.
Yeah.
But
it's good to see Gondor having a mid-tier hero, except for Faramir.
They've already got plenty, to be honest.
Mid-tier?
Like,
I mean, like points.
Named heroes. Like
they've got a lot, but it's either big or small.
If these profiles had shown up in like Eastlings, you'd be more impressed. Because it'd be like, oh my god, this is insane. This changes the Eastling list. Whereas it's just sort of padding the Gondor list with more heroes.
Yeah.
Like they've already got Madril, Kiri, and Faramir. It's sort of optimizing it a bit, I guess. But it's still nice. He's still really good. I think he'll show up in most of the Gondor lists that I'm looking at. Run him in it, but I don't know. I haven't played him yet. He might just be rubbish. He has only 2 wounds, 1 fate, defense 6. So it's not like he makes your leader unkillable, but he's just a good fighter with that bonus, which is always going to be good.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's everything about Huron. So next up, we've got Ingold, Warden of the Ramasekor? Yeah.
I think.
So he's...
It's the outer wall, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's Minas Tirith, and then in the books, the Pelennor is inside a much wider wall.
Yeah.
So, and he's warden of that, apparently.
He's basically like defending it, and it's like one of the last people to back out, as shown with the special rule he gets. So he's 65 points, a bit cheaper, only 5'4", strength 4, defense 7, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 4, 3 might, 1 will, 1 fate.
So that's a basic Gondor captain profile with a shield and then the extra might.
Yeah. For 10 points more, is it?
10 points more? I mean, 10 or 15. I think it's only 10 though. For the book.
Heroic abilities, he's got heroic strength and heroic defense.
Strike.
Pretty good.
Strike and defense, the two best ones.
Yeah.
Probably.
Special wall is shield wall, so when he's in his shield wall with other Ministerial warriors, he gets up to defense 8, which is pretty nice. And
yeah,
then,
he's 10 points more.
10 points, okay. And then he's got Resolute Fighter, so Ingold and friendly Gondor warrior models within 3 inches of Ingold do not back away if they lose a fight, their opponent must back away instead.
It's pretty good.
This is definitely being overhyped. A lot.
I don't know if people are overhyped. But a few people are saying it's really good, but most people I think are kind of were more bigger on the Huron. Yeah. I don't know. I agree. Like it's kind of okay. I think you have to playtest it, right?
It's nice to be able to hold just a flank down. Like if you have Ingold and a couple of shield guys, you don't lose the shield wall. I think I've said this to you before. I think this would be more effective if people played backing away correctly. Yeah. Because people everyone knows the rule, but no one really backs away an inch. So with shield walls, they keep shield wall even when they shouldn't. So if everyone actually did back away the full inch in a direct line, they'd lose shield wall, meaning this special rule would actually be really useful to keep the shield wall bonus. But people keep them anyway.
If you assume that people are playing it correctly, then it's probably better than that. But I still think Guard of the Fountain Call builds are the best build. Like, Warriors of Minister are cheaper. You can get a lot more of them in, but
it's only 3 points,
kind of rubbish. Yeah, not terrible, but it's the 2 points more for a Guard of the Fountain Course than a warrior with a spear and a shield. But you don't have to give all your warriors spears, but having the spears is kind of nice, you know. I don't know, like, the amount of times where I've lost fights and had to back off objectives with Guard of the Fountain Court's kind of frustrating.
Yeah. I
imagine he'd be really nice at, like, holding a choke. You know, just put him in a choke, and then it doesn't matter if you're losing some models every turn. I don't know. My instinct is that he's kind of meh, but I can't. There's a part of me that's like, he could be pretty good. The thing is, there's just so many Gondor heroes that are already good. Like, you want Denethor, because he's really good. You want Madril. You want Huron now.
Yeah, Huron.
And then if you want to drop in a big hero, it's like, when's he going to come in? So I think you bring him into any list if you're just going Warband Leader 12, Warband Leader 12, Warband Leader 15. Like, if you're just doing that type of list, where you just literally hoarding out, then he'll show up. But other than that, I mean, strike and defense are really nice. I don't know. I'm really ambivalent about him. I can't tell if he's good or not.
I think he'll be annoying to play against.
Yeah.
More than I think he'll be more of a detriment to your opponent than a benefit to you. Just because your opponent then can't be like, I don't know. I don't know how much you really. I've never really thought about how much backing away matters.
I have a little bit because I've played Guard of the Fountain Court.
Yeah.
And it's like more of a mechanic for those type. It's a shield wall mechanic, so it like matters for those.
Yeah.
It's not really relevant in a lot of scenarios though. Like recon, it doesn't really matter because you're so spread. So the def, it's kind of okay. Like, it's nice to hold your shield wall and not let people push through it, but.
Yeah, I was gonna say, cause I've mainly played like Berserkers or Helmingers where I knock you down, so.
You don't play the traditional shield wall type lists.
No.
It's good in like hold ground. If you can beat them to the objective, you can just permanently hold them off it. That's what I'm thinking of it. It's okay in certain like map setups, as I say, if you can get a choke.
Yeah.
I want to try him out just to see how good he is, but right now I'm not convinced. But there's definitely, I mean, with strike, defense, and free mate, he's going to be decent.
Yeah.
Like, you'd always take him over a captain, I think. You know, for 10 points. I might point in that rule. Yeah. I'm not sure he makes the cut above the other strong Gondor heroes, like Huron and Denethor and Madril. Because I think rather have Madril than him for Madril's utility. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Madril's too good to give up.
Plus, it's 10 points cheaper.
Yeah, be trying to throw him into a Helmingers list at the moment.
Trying to fit him in.
Yeah, I wanted to run him at Throwing Skulls with some Citadel Guard, but no one's got it painted that I can borrow. Like, no.
I do, but it's at home and I'm not heading back. I'm not going to screw that.
I just like go over, knock on your door, just like, hi, can I have Josh's models? Your mum knows me. Be fine.
It's my dad's house actually.
Oh, okay. Your dad knows me.
He knows you too, yeah. The other thing that's like screaming at me is the Gondor Horde looks really good now. Like even better than it was, because you've now got Denethor, Hurin as your 250 leaders, and then Madril, Kyrian, Damrod, Damrod, Beregond, and then you got Knights of the White Tower who are now decent.
I was gonna say Knight of the White Tower's got quite nice.
Yeah, I'd probably take a knight over a captain. Like, yeah, I just think they're really good. So yeah, the Horde Gondor list is looking pretty strong. Like I think there's definitely a world where people just go 50-point warband leader and 12 dudes over and over and over again with Gondor because they're all so point efficient. And if you're going to do that, I think you go warriors just to get as many models on the board as possible. It'd be interesting to see what you could do with Guard of the Fountain Core in a list like that. Like an 800, just 50, 60 Guard of the Fountain Core or something. But yeah, I think they're good profiles.
Yeah, it's cool to see the previews. Obviously, they'll be coming out in Gondor at War, which
whenever that comes out.
It's the first thing they're doing next year, I believe. Like first big thing. So yeah, these will be allowed at Throne of Skulls, I believe.
Yes. But not
at the League finale because they came out too late.
Sure.
I think it's the new Hobbit book out. Because obviously the Hobbit book is out next week.
I was chatting to people because it's out presumably at Throne of Skulls.
Yeah, because it's pre-order today.
But obviously everyone who's written their list has written with the old rules, so I guess you have to use the old rules. But Jay's playing Foreign's company, right, as the ringer?
That's what I was thinking.
And he said they fit in 1,000 points now, whereas before they were like 1,050. Yeah. So presumably everyone's using the old Hobbit rules, except Jay's ringering with the new ones to try them out.
Which kind of...
I guess it's fair. Like, it's a ringer list, so it's Throne of Skulls. Yeah. I mean, if it was like a GT, you'd be a bit...
I think Ed, not Ed Ball, Ed Barnesfield, I think it is, put up a comment saying that he's emailed the team, so hopefully they'll go back to him, then he can post up on the page saying if the Hobbit book will be used. Because if it is...
I assume it won't be.
No, if it is, I might take my Thranduil's horse. Is it Barfield? Yeah. Ed Barfield.
You'd have to.
He's indeed a legend, yeah.
You'd have to. It's everyone's prep lists in the lead up.
Yeah.
If it's released on the day of Throne of Skulls, you'd have to bring like roughly 1,100 points of your army in the hope that it's like not. Let's say you're playing Mirkwood Elves that are presumably going to all go down by a point because they paid for Elven Blades, whereas the Lord of the Rings elves got them for free. Like you have to bring more and then add up a list before your first game. So
yeah.
I don't know. I assume they're going to use old. It makes sense to me. But yeah, that's that. Did you want to talking about because it's not allowed at League finale because you put a cut-off date and these profiles come out after that, and no for the Hobbit book as well. Did you want to talk about League finale by the way?
I was going to quickly preview some special things for the League finale. So. Unfortunately, I don't have the swords with me for the top position for the GBHL, but I do have the trophies, so I'm going to show those off. Don't segue down. So, oh god, I don't know how badly that was. So first off, we've got the, I'm not sure how well these are going to come through on the camera because it's glass.
I know, that looks great.
Is that pretty good?
It's reflecting,
the screen. So yeah, you can see the stream
other
stuff.
side? Like, no.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's okay.
Like that?
Other side, it's because it's reflecting.
Yeah.
It's just can't quite see the text. That's better. But...
So these are the Chester... Oh god, it's just going to reflect everything. The Chester in Flames trophies.
Let's see.
So we've got them for first, second, third, most sporting, best paid army, and wooden spoon. So they all get one of those trophies, which are pretty cool. And then, it'll look good on my mantelpiece. I'm sure it will, Chris. When Chris sent his list through, he was like, I look forward to hearing you talk about it on Habits of Cheshire. I was like, you need to podium for that. I think first place is podium. It's like, okay. So next up, so as well as the swords, which I'm not sure I've told some people, but the swords for the GBHL standings, the best newcomer is going to get a Aragorn's Elven Dagger, the Strider Dagger that he uses in the Fellowship. We then have 3 swords where first place will pick the first sword they want, second place will pick the other one, third place gets the last one. So we've got Boromir's great sword, or long sword, Arwen's sword, and also Gimli's two-headed axe. And then for trophies,
Gimli's axe.
Gimli's axe, nice. We got
which one does Jay want?
More reflecting one.
Yeah.
We got these crystal.
That one's a bit better because it's got
trophies.
the little plaque.
Yeah, we got the plaque on for the top
you can
positions.
see it better. Sorry, is what I mean.
Oh yeah. So we got 4 of those. Conveniently, I actually spoke to Jay and he was like, "Oh, I've got an idea of which one I want." So.
Is Jay already won?
I don't know if Jay's definitely won. I know the top 3 is now solidified because Alistair's not attending the league finale. Because I think Alistair had to win another 100-point event for him to top Will. But, yeah. Okay, Jay has won.
Jay's won because Ed came second at Reading, didn't he?
Yeah, so it'll be Jay first, Ed second, Will third, and currently Calman at best newcomer by 0.6 points ahead of CJ Miller.
Both Calman and CJ are at league finale.
Yeah. So
if one of them does well, they can make the run for it.
All Calman needs to do is do better than CJ at the league finale, and he wins best newcomer. If CJ does better than him and gets above 81.2 points,
which is probably like top 5 or 6, right?
Yeah.
Top 6 or 7
with
around there.
Yeah, with 28 players, probably like top 5. Then CJ will take it. So
close. Newcomer's the one that's in the running.
Yeah, top 3 is locked in. Newcomer is still all up for grabs.
It'd be a heartbreak for Chester, wouldn't it, if we lost Newcomer at the Chester League finale?
Yeah,
if CJ stole it from Chester.
No pressure, Calman. You better win it.
You were keeping a track of how CJ was doing at Reading, weren't you?
Yeah, all through Reading just...
Which is like, he lost this game. Calman's like...
But then it's like, oh no, he won. Oh, he's winning. Calman, he's winning! And then placed 9th when he needed to place 8th to beat him. And like,
just barely. Not quite, I think.
Yeah. But talking about tournaments, let's get on to, I guess, the main topic.
Yeah, so do you want to start with Reading? Because we were talking about it just then, or do you want to start with...
Quickly change the lists over?
We can do the other one first, too.
Alright, we'll start off with Dielsdorf. So this was in Switzerland. I believe they had players from Germany coming over as well, so... who was it? It was in Switzerland, but players from Germany and France, I believe, came over to play in it. Can't remember the numbers, but it was a 1-day event, so 3 games at 500 points with good and evil. Can't remember the restrictions. I don't think there were any restrictions. But yeah.
It is worth saying 3 games because it's 1 day means that I think you could place top 5 in one of your lists, not win a game, right? Because you're only going to play. You might only play 1 game with. You should only play 1 game with one of your lists, so it could lose and then the other one wins 2, or you could just get lucky matchups. So lower games means more volatility, I think, in what lists could win.
Let's see, because I did speak to it was. I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong because it's. This is how I see your name, but I apologize. Leon Curry.
I see him post.
It may have an accent or something. I apologize.
That's how I pronounce it too, but we're probably both wrong. So.
So I was talking to him. So yeah, it was 3 games. They knew the scenarios in advance, which were Lords of Battle, Ill Met by Moonlight, and Capture and Control. You receive bonus points for bringing. Oh, you could just bring 1 army, but if you brought 2 painted armies, you got bonus points.
What was Lords of Battle, Ill Met by Moonlight, and
Capture Control.
Capture Control.
If both players had 2 armies, then you'd roll to see who. You'd both roll a dice. Winner would choose which army they want to play. If you always played good versus evil in matchups, if possible.
Those scenarios seem to benefit shooting quite heavily.
Shooting and heroes.
Yeah.
Which I believe is reflected in the list. We'll see.
So do you want to jump onto 5th place first? Is what we're doing, or?
So this is the going from 5th first. So this is the 5th place good army. I unfortunately don't know the names of any of the players,
but they'll know who they are.
They'll know who they are. Yeah.
So,
So 5th place good was a Gondor force with Faramir, Madril, and Damrod leading a bunch of warriors, some rangers, and some knights.
yeah, 10 rangers, so quite a decent chunk.
And so the shooting that you were saying.
Yeah.
I
think it's
a nice Gondor list.
It's not playing for Shield Wall.
Yeah, 500 points. I'm not sure if I said that. But yeah, the knights they give. What was it? I can't remember Ilma by Moonlight. I can't remember the victory points for that. Hey, Hobbit of Isengard. I believe that is Mr. James Brond. Hello, sir.
Hello. It's like broken leader. Is it 25% as well? I don't remember. It's in the book, but it's under a load of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it now. I don't know. But yeah, the Gondor list is good. It's not playing for Shield Wall because of how many ranges it's got. It's still running, obviously, ranges on the back to give Fight 4 spears, which makes sense, and it's showing off how you can use Damrod and Baragon still.
Yeah.
Where if you've got a few points left over, you get a 25 or 30 point warband leader, and then 4 or 5, 6 dudes. So yeah, I think it's just a standard good list. I don't think there's anything super crazy about it. I think it's just what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think you'd probably still run Faramir in this list rather than Hurin, because Hurin's only good if you have Denethor or something like that. So,
Faramir is the
Faramir has
leader.
To be a leader.
Mm-hmm. Quite well. So yeah, I guess normally, I guess Madril's just there because he's all right. I maybe would put Kieran in because there's
there's no
random
missions.
Things. So.
I don't know whether the person knew that.
It may have just been.
If they didn't know that, it makes sense to take Madril. I wouldn't take him if you know there's not going to be any reinforcements.
Yeah, but then you could have just run a 500 point list.
He's got march and accuracy, but I mean, Damrod's got accuracy and a mate. Tyrion's got strike, resolve. Did he do it for march? Yeah. Well, maybe he wanted march in the list.
For this tournament, they knew what the scenarios were, so it was Lord's Battle, Ilmed by Moonlight, and Capture Control. So there weren't actually any reinforcements. But yeah, Ingold could have been a good replacement if they were allowed at that tournament.
Because they've got ranges on the back, it'd be a good way of keeping your shield wall just on the front rank. Yeah. But I don't know, if one of the guys dies, it starts to fall apart. But I think Ingold would have been better here if the rules were allowed at this event, but I don't think they were. I don't think
they were out at this point because I think this was the same weekend as Sterling.
It's 450 points this tournament, isn't it? That's what it says on the PDF.
Is it 450?
That's what it says at the top. I don't know. I haven't added it up.
I'll just check Leon's message quickly. Actually, before I do that, I'll throw the evil list up if you want to just.
Yeah, sure. This one's good. I really like this list.
Yeah. Do you have it?
I have it with me. I just wasn't sure whether it was up yet.
Yeah, I'll throw it up.
Okay, so it's 2 warbands. First one's Suladan. The second one's a Haradrim Chiefs, and then it's just a bunch of Haradrim. So there's some Watchers in there with twin blades, which is I think the obvious better choice. You know, now that Haradrim warriors are so good with bows, so points efficient with bows, and Watchers are less points efficient because they pick between the attack and the bow. You'd rather have the attack on them. Bracken Merchant Guard went up by a point, but they're still good. And then it's just a lot of poisoned arrows with, not Betrayer. So, but still, Suladan's really good for his points. And he's a hero of legend, I think. I'm pretty sure Sully's a hero of legend now.
Yeah, Suladan is, but Amder's not.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Just double check. Yeah, Sully's a hero of legend. Oh yeah, because he can lead 18. I did just check that. But yeah, he's really good. It's just a really good list. It's got a lot of strong shooting.
Is Suladan the one who's a banner?
Yeah, he is. He has a 6-inch banner.
So that counts for the scenarios as well, which is really good.
So he didn't need to bring one. He's just insanely strong for his points. And he's a good fighter, fight 5, free might. He's just really good. He's got all of the things you want. And then this list in Ilmet by Moonlight, +1 to wound on poison arrows is just scary, to be honest. So yeah, it's just a good list again. Like these are the types of lists that I think you'll start seeing reassert themselves when the meta sort of standardizes, because they're just good standard lists.
Yeah, I did check it. It's 450. For this one, I was wrong with that.
Which is even scarier, you know, like that's 32 models with Suladan and a chief.
Yeah, that's a lot of shots.
Yeah, it's just pretty good. I like these lists.
Yeah.
So it will have only dropped 1 game as well, presumably.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't think you told me how many players there were, but probably only dropped 1 game.
I think the evil's better than the good, personally. Do you want to jump to the 4th place list? Because this one's very different.
4th place, good. Glorfindel on Asfalaf, so movement 12, I believe is the only difference. Eldon Narrow here on horses without bows, and have no heavy armour, no bows, no cloaks.
Just couldn't afford it, presumably.
Boromir from the Fellowship on horse. If they go against bows there, that's pretty weak.
Yeah, if you get picked, no blinding light if you get picked off your horses. But,
Then it's going to be hard, but...
They're going to auto-win Lords, right?
Yeah.
This list. Ilmet, they're only going to tank 1 turn of shooting, and presumably they'll swing round a flank. So the only real scenario that they have to be scared of bows is capture control.
But if on Ilmet by Moonlight they hit that Harad list...
Yeah, but you can swing round a flank, right? If you charge in, they get 1 round of shooting. But do you know how people line their bows up? And then if you go round a flank, some of the ones on that side can't have to shoot their own guys. I think that it's doable. I think that you might lose 1 horse if you're unlucky too, but even then that's in a bad draw.
Boromir defense 6 from the Fellowship without Fate.
But he's got 3 wounds and he's got 6 mites. He's gonna kill everything he goes into.
Crossbows would be scary against this list.
Yeah, but there's 450. You're only gonna have 8.
A couple, yeah.
Yeah, 1/3, so 2 warbands presumably. I think this list is really, really scary.
It's nice, yeah.
It's carrying what 15 might of 450 points.
Yeah,
it's insane amounts of might. And then if let's say everyone calls her out combat turn 1, they all win. I mean, maybe Aldan and Aura here have to use some more might to win the fight, but Boromir's got loads to spare and Glorfindel's re-rolling his dice. They all kill. Let's just assume they all call her out combat, and even if they gun for a load of might, they all win and then win the next one and kill everyone. That's 2 models in each. That's 8. 16 models dead in 1 turn. That breaks most armies at this point value.
That would be 16 Harad dead as well.
It's because they'll go through Harad, which was 1 off breaking the Harad army, which is a pretty big army.
But I agree with what James said. Harad gun lines have come out very well in this edition. The new Betrayer's good. Obviously they lost the Watcher bows because you don't really want them with bows now. But the basic warriors are really scary with the Betrayer.
Yeah, it's re-rolling all failed to wound wounds for 6 inches, and you can get the bulk of your force within it.
And if you've got
kind of like army-wide Bane of Kings.
If you have the army bonus, the warriors
get it in combat.
Warriors get it on all their weapons, and so do the Harad raiders.
Yeah. So it's just really, really strong. But yeah, this 4th place good list is really scary. Like it has the potential to just flop, as any All Hero list does, by just a couple bad dice rolls will tear it apart, in the same way that it won't for another list.
I like Chris's comment. I'm looking forward to playing Dave even more now. Well, yeah.
Hey, at least he won't have as many Watchers. The Watchers will be the ones on the front with 2 attacks now, rather than the bows as well.
But yeah, so that was his their good list. The evil list is a bit of an interesting one. So as I've gone by walk with heavy armor, strong. The Witch King, Kamul, and Forsaken. Doesn't look like it now. Witch King, Kamul, and Forsaken, Nazgul of Dumbledore, all on foot. And Kamul, arguably the weakest Wraith right now.
Yeah, I don't know if they knew this, but Kamul only has a 2-handed weapon, so he has to go 2-handed in this edition.
I would have taken the Forsaken's still good. Witch King's really good. I'd maybe taken the Lingering Shadow instead of Kamul.
Which one's the Forsaken?
The spear one.
Reroll failed to wounds, or just the early ones?
Yeah, or
the
just
reroll's probably better against most matchups. But yeah, Forsaken, Lingering Shadow, and Witch King.
Impressed to see it come forth, to be fair, this kind of list.
Well, you could have played 2 with the good, 1 both, and 1 with the evil and lost it.
I guess, yeah, that's fair.
So, but this is what I'm thinking with
I
these
guess
lists.
Lords of Battle, this is quite good.
Azog at this low points value, there's almost nothing's going to be able to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only thing that would give it a run is Glorfindel, because he's base fight 7 with an Elven Blade, but if Glorfindel loses the fight, he dies. So, whereas Azog can, like, live a couple rounds, I think. Because he doesn't want to... Oh, no, he doesn't have the Stone Flail.
No.
Oh, without the Stone Flail, I think...
Still wounding on 4s, so 1 or 2 turns for Glorfindel.
It's Azog, it'd be 3s.
Oh, 3s? Okay.
Yeah, he wounds heroes on 3s. It's one of his special rules, I am the master or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a... I mean, I don't think it's a fantastic list, but I think at this point's value, it all causes terror, and then you have ring wraiths in it for -1 courage. So I don't think it's a terrible list. I just don't think that... I think the good one's much better than the evil one, personally. But
yeah,
I mean, the evil one probably gonna win Lords of Battle as well. You assume so, and you just hope you don't draw into elf matchups, I guess.
Yeah.
If that list plays like a standard elf list with like Glorfindel or Gilgalad in it, it's gonna get wrecked. But anything other than that,
painful.
that Nazgul of Dol Guldur are really good against.
He didn't know that Kamordal didn't have two-handed. Oh, fair enough. He found out the two-handed thing later. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, that's fair. Well, obviously, if you didn't know that, then yeah, you take them all because free attacks on a Nazgul's really good.
Yeah. So next up we've got third place. So this is a good list which we've seen similar in the past from Sterling. That's a good list. Elendil assumedly on foot. 8 warriors of Numenor with shield and spear. 3 warriors of Numenor with shield. Círdan, 8 high elves with shield, and 4 high elves with bow and spear. Círdan's ridiculously good, so.
Yeah, Círdan. Círdan. I call him
Círdan,
but I don't know. He's insane. He's so good this edition. He's probably too good. I'm gonna go on a limb and say I think he's the best hero of this edition.
He's the best utility caster by far.
Yeah, I mean by far in that role, but I think that even if you scale him up to other heroes, his points efficiency in a list like that where the heroes are already so expensive, it's like I don't know. It just seems insane. But I don't know. It's kind of low model count, so I guess why you'd be.
It's 450 though.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to think. Would you drop like 2 guys, maybe 1 elf, to give Elendil a horse, and then 1 warrior of Numenor to give all the elves spears?
I think at this point I'd probably drop Elendil for a Sildar on horse.
Yeah, that'd be
for the 2 fate in the ring.
I don't know though. Elendil's so good. You know, Elendil's just gonna kill everything he goes into. I guess if he gets taken
So
with the horse though,
so's
I guess he
Sildar.
doesn't have it in this. Sorry?
A Sildar's gonna kill most things that he hits.
Probably, but he doesn't have the free heroic combats to see, so he's not getting through things as quickly.
I guess that's one reason.
I definitely, whichever one you take, I definitely put them on the horse. He's what, 65 points cheaper. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I'd take a Sealder on a horse with a shield.
You then get some more
and then
bodies.
pads warbands, because you can take 15, so you can take 3 more guys. Maybe you've got points left over then. You get in a banner then.
Círdan enchanting
3 more guys,
blades.
a banner, and then spears. I think is probably what I'd run. But no, it's a scary list. Círdan's pretty good.
The enchanted blades. Enchanted blades, I think, is better if he's on horse. Obviously, it's still good when he's on foot.
Yeah, you got enchanted blades too, which is better for a hero like Sealder, because Elendil's probably gonna kill most things anyway.
Yeah, if it's a Sildar on horse, it'll probably be more efficient.
Yeah, but you can also get away with low model count in lists like that because it has blinding light or dismay. So the entire army's getting hit on 6s and they cause terror. So pretty good. This list is really good.
Yeah.
If Círdan doesn't start showing up like everywhere, I'd be surprised.
Yeah. So jumping over to his evil list, which is another quite. I don't know. I think this is quite an interesting one as a god player.
Yeah.
It just alerts captain, 3 berserkers. And then actually realised the 9 crossbows.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay.
9 crossbows.
Yeah. 9 crossbows. 8 with shield. 7 with pikes.
Yeah. So this is sort of the cap crossbows you can get. I was thinking 8 because of old edition 12-man warbands.
Ilmet by moonlight with this.
Yeah. I mean, you can play around crossbows in Ilmet though. It's my only thing with it. Like if you're playing the cavalry army, you just swing on a flank where the crossbows can't shoot because they've got to reposition every turn, and they lose it. But it's just 9 crossbows at 450. It's really scary. A lot of the I feel like a number of the lists have answers to it.
I mean, I used to run.
I'd probably still favour Harad in the shooting war. These 2 lists. But yeah, it's just Urikai. Urikai are always good. Lertz is really good now, especially at this points level. I think because you can go toe to toe with most. Well, I say most heroes you'd see. We've seen Glorfindel, Azog, and Elendil.
Except the 4th place lists, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's strong. I think 3 berserkers is good too. Like I don't think they've disappeared entirely. Courage 7's really good, and 2 attacks is still really good. So.
Yeah, I think we spoke about berserkers a few times. It's like definitely won't be running like a berserker army like I used to. Just dropping a couple of berserkers in here and there. I think is the most efficient way. Because sure they're in defense 5, but they're still killing a lot of troops.
Yeah.
Still terror.
Oh, this army's even better as well at 450 because of the army bonus, right?
Oh yeah, we've not even thought about army bonuses.
Yeah, I mean the first one it's just +1 courage for the good, and we mentioned it for the evil. Then the all hero one, it doesn't. I don't think they get it because it's.
Don't think either of them will get them.
Oh no, they will, but it's not relevant because it's Frodo and shooting, and then the evil.
Yeah.
If it does,
The
it's
evil's
Master of Battle.
necromancer.
Yeah, I don't know if they're green or yellow, but I'll check. But if it does, it's Master of Battle for Azog, so he's basically unstoppable.
Then this good force. It was
It's +1 courage
plus
for
one
the
courage
Numenor,
and the shooting thing.
for the High Elves, and
Yes.
shooting thing's good, especially if you're going to hit blinding lights, which we haven't seen many of. But it's only 4 bows. It's not been super relevant. I think this is the best list, the list that most benefits from its army bonus.
Yeah.
Because they've got what 29 models, which means you've got to kill 20 before they start taking courage tests.
Azog does get Master of Battle.
Oh, he does. Okay, that's a really scary list, though.
That actually makes
sense. Azog's kind of carrying that list, and the Wraiths are just there to not die, I guess. Heroes that aren't dying. So. Azog's really hard to kill.
Yeah.
Such a pain to kill. Can't find the page where it's alliances.
It's right.
I don't know why I'm still looking. Yeah, I know. There we go. It's literally the last page. It was going past scenarios. Don't know why I'm looking, because we know now. We've been told. Thank you.
So yeah, any more to say about this list, or?
I like it. I think I won't say yes, but I've got something I want to say about these lists overall.
Okay.
But we'll talk about it.
So I think going to the second place, Evil. So this is a Moria horde with 2 cave trolls. It's got Derberts, so the 12-inch stand fast. Did he get anything else, or did he just go up in points?
He chucked up in points. I think he got a bigger warband and he went up a few points.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So Captain Derbert, Shaman, and then 2
I don't
cave
think
trolls.
he needed to go up in points. I think he was fine. Oh, he got strike, defense, and resolve.
Okay, so some decent heroics.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's a typical horde. I'm surprised, or I assume they got their good for Lords of Battle, because there's some Lords of Battle.
Maybe
really
2 cave trolls are 450 points. Like,
yeah, but
I mean, it's kind of unlucky looking at the field because of all the massive heroes in it. That you just kill them, but
there's 18 models of defense 4.
Yeah, I don't know. If this list runs into like the Harad gun line, it's just screwed.
I think this would do well on Ill Met by Moonlight and Capture Control.
Yeah.
Especially with the tempos.
I think it'd be good against some of the matchups.
Wait. Do the throwing weapons get the bonus in Ill Met by Moonlight?
Yeah.
Cave trolls! The troll chain! This guy's a genius! They're a genius!
I was going to say the one thing that let me down about the list is I would have liked to have seen maybe 4 or 5 prowlers. Just a few. Yeah. Just because then they pip to fight 4. If they trap your opponents, they give you options. But I guess he's got the cave trolls. I don't know. I'd have liked to have seen a couple prowlers at least.
Double cave trolls.
It's a good list.
450
the shaman in there, I think, is a smart bet.
Yeah.
Because everyone's still running Terror. I think there's ring wraiths, there's Serdan, there's Terror causing elves. I think it's a good list. Yeah, I like it. A lot of these lists are just sort of. I like them. Yeah, they're good.
I think there's a bit of deja vu, maybe, for the good list now.
Very similar to the 5th place good list.
Yeah, so it's Faramir, Captain Baragond, rather than Faramir, Madril, Damrod. This has got no rangers. Stronger do like a bat in Moria, though. Yeah. Bat Swarms are terrifying now.
They're expensive, though. If you're running 2 cave trolls...
with 2 cave trolls is probably a bit more.
You have to drop 7 goblins for it. I think if you're going to run 1 cave troll, then you can do it. But I think that this army is it's kind of reliant on 2 cave trolls plus numbers. But otherwise, I'd agree. Yeah, bat's really nice. But this is like a double cave troll build.
So this doesn't. Oh no, it does have 8 rangers.
Yeah, it has a
do they have spears? Base?
No.
No. Okay, so that was just a flanking, getting around the side.
Yeah, I guess.
A bunch of warriors, 2 Ascaliev veterans, and some fighting court. Yeah.
I actually prefer the 5th place list to this. I like Guard of the Phantom Court. I think they're still good, but I don't think he's getting full use out of the shield wall because he's got Asgiliath veterans, guard, and rangers in. But then he's not putting spears in his rangers, which I'd always do. But I know some people have it before, but I think it's always worth it.
So many walls that's.
He's sacking off Madril for a captain, so you lose a might point in the bow, but he goes up 2 defense. And loses accuracy.
So 32 models.
I'd go Kyrian maybe over the captain, but I guess you want the March again.
Yeah, March is nice.
Yeah, it's the same as the 5th. It's very similar to the 5th place list. I still think the 5th place list might be better than this, personally. But yeah, they're very similar. It's probably only like fractionally better.
Yeah.
If it is, but what's the model count? 21,
32,
27.
I think it was. Something like
It's
that.
30 models, and then for this one it's 32. So the fifth place list only has 2 more models actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Horse lance heavy armor shield. Horse heavy armor shield bow. Faramir doesn't have a lance. He has a shield and a bow, which means he doesn't get the bonus for having the shield. I don't know. I think
I
the
wouldn't have
fifth
done
place.
that, I don't think.
Yeah, it seems like maybe it's for conversions or the models that he has that he's not running these things. But I think spears on rangers, a lance instead of a bow on Faramir because you don't get the shield bonus.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Still, I think that's
It's
a
still a
list
good list.
is the kind of list we'll see
Yeah,
around.
this is what I was going to say about. I think these lists are more sort of standardly got. Like when we were at Sterling, there were a lot of crazy stuff going on. I think
Yeah.
people trying out some interesting things. I think these sort of block lists are still really good.
I think
And
all
I think
of them, except for the Dogodor Azog one, are going to be regular
the type
kind
of
of
stuff
lists.
the type of stuff you expect to see.
Yeah.
Pretty typical builds for the lists that they're taking.
Especially on the GBHL scene, I should say.
Yeah.
Um,
Gondor hordes with the good heroes, Harad bowlines, Serdan and
Last
Serdan
Alliance.
with elves. Uruks are just always good. Yeah. A lot of these are just nice lists. They're not doing things too crazy.
Yeah. So jump over to the first place list,
The
which
winning
is
one.
actually Leon's list. So congratulations for winning.
Yeah, congrats.
Let's have a look at his tasty good list. Guayhe and 3 Eagles. Nice.
Real easy to review.
Nice, simple, and scary.
Yeah, Eagles got a big buff in this edition, and they're a lot better now. Guayhe, the big disadvantage of the list is getting mate in, so a lot of people have been allying like Aragorn in. At this lower points value, you can get away with just having Guayhe. And then, what's it called? Just having Guayhe. They're not going to die. There's very few things at this points level that can kill a defense 8 free wound model.
Yeah.
It's it's move 12. It knocks you down on your charges. Even if it doesn't, it's probably going to live. Causes terror again, which is something that we're seeing quite a lot of. Still, yeah, it's just a nice, simple, nice list.
And it's because it's against evil as well.
Yeah.
It's always good versus evil.
And
so terror.
It should win Lords of Battle. It should win Ilmet, I think.
Yeah, because Ilmet's just... I can't remember. It's just
the
to the
crossbows
death, pretty much, right?
Yeah, the crossbows would be awkward for it, except for the fact that it's 12-inch range on the bows and 12-inch moves. Yeah, it's a nice list. Just Eagles are good now. Evils.
I like this list. I messaged him. I was like, I really like this list.
Okay, so I've always wanted to. I've always preferred that. I hate the Nazgul of Dol Guldur list. The armies, I find them really frustrating to play against. Yeah. Nazgul of Dol Guldur in a Dol Guldur list with orcs, Gundabad or Hunter orcs and stuff like that is really cool. It's how I want the faction to play.
And then the shade.
With the shade. The shade is disgusting in this list. And it doesn't matter either, because the army bonus for the Hunter Orc list is that the Necromancer gets an extra dice to cast spells, which he doesn't have the Necromancer because it's this low points.
Yeah.
And then a shade with Hunter Orcs, like, the thing with shades is that they benefit troops that are rolling more dice, obviously, because they need the 6. So fight value doesn't matter if you're rolling 2 dice rather than 1. 6 wins anyway. So volume of dice rather than elite warriors is good. And then 2 strength 4 attacks. Most things are just dying to this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really scary. The only thing that it doesn't have, because it can't fit it in the points, is a shaman. So if it hits into these terror lists, it's kind of scary. But the all hero lists can't really deal with a shade at this point. Or it's like hard to if he just wraps orcs around. Then Nazgul of Dol Guldur is good for the Harbinger of Evil with the shade. Keeper of the Dungeon and Witch King are both really good for their points. It's a really nice list. It's not one we see either, but I think it's strong. I think it's really strong, and it's really scary at that type of points level.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of... I've wanted to do Dol Guldur stuff for a while. I think when the Hobbit book first came out, it was one of the first things I tested. Having Hunter Orcs with Gundabad back up. But yeah, I think they're really nice.
It's a really nice list, and it's just showing off how the shade is still as good as it always was.
Oh, did you say shamans? They don't. Hunter Orcs can't be affected.
Oh, they can't anymore.
That's why I take a Warhorn in my.
Yeah, that is an awkward thing for it actually.
Yeah.
Courage is the only thing that like makes me go a bit. I guess Warhorn would help,
Yeah.
but I guess you just hope that the matchup isn't terrible for you. Plus, you have Witch King and Keeper who have decent courage with a shade, but eventually they have to charge you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice list.
This could be weak against shooting, but
yeah, it goes down really quick to shooting. Like I mean, it's not going to play the Harad gun line, but even that Gondor gun line list, you know, it's got what 10 ranges, Madril and Downrod, that's 12 bows, that's 8 hits a turn, it's probably killing 2 or 3 guys. So like, if you assume that the Gondor list gets 3 turns of shooting, which I don't think is super unreasonable considering the army doesn't have March, I don't think. So, it's going to kill what 7 or 8 orcs before they hit combat.
So
kind of scary.
Leon played. So we played Lords of Battle against the Gondor army with Faramir, the one that came 5th, I assume, in Lords of Battle. And then he played his Eagles against Eastlings in A Wet by Moonlight, and his Eagles against the Dogledor and Azog list in Capture Control.
Oh, yeah, the Eagles will wreck the Azog one because it's just the fight value problems.
Yeah.
Right?
So that was pretty good.
Azog does have the ability to just upset and one-shot an eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, dodging Serdan with that list was pretty fortunate. Would have been awkward or dismay. But yeah, no, it's a strong list. I'm surprised you did well in Lords against the Gondor list. I would have thought you'd have picked off enough orcs. You got what, 27 models? I think you could kill like almost a third of your army if the shooting was sort of average before you hit combat. And then I think even with the shade, you struggle to pull it back at that point. But strength 4, 2 attacks on defense 6. Yeah.
It's the Keeper of March. Is it just like strength and strike?
I thought it had. I don't know if it's got March. It might do.
Yeah,
but even then, you'd still get 1 turn of shooting, 1 turn, so 9 inches, 9 inches, and then you could back away 3 inches. Yeah. It's probably still free.
Yeah,
I lost a third of my army.
Third.
I'm guessing you just go through. Yeah, maybe.
Well done.
Because it doesn't have shield wall, the Gondor army just dies to Hunter Orcs. Because this is why I still think God of the Fantasy Gods are good. Because they only fight 3.
Yeah.
So even if you are fortunate to have the Hunter Orcs not roll a 6, you're only tying with them. And then when they lose, the Gondor just dies because they're winning on 5s and 4s for the Rangers.
And the Keeper of the Dungeon will tear through. Like
yeah, I guess you just get the Gondor army. This Gondor army, when it hits combat, just gets pasted by the Hunter Orcs. So, yeah, it's a really good list. I really like it. I think Shades, again, still really good. Shades are arguably better.
Simply won all the combats, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, strong lists.
Yeah,
I think these lists, I think, are closer to the strong lists than some of the ones at the UK tournaments we've seen.
I think a lot of the UK tournaments people will be taking, like, not necessarily less, well, I guess kind of less optimal because they're just taking things because
they're trying stuff out. Some people haven't figured it out.
They're having fun taking lists that they haven't played for a while, especially because it's coming towards the end of the season, so some of the top players aren't necessarily trying the hardest because obviously the top 3's locked in and things like that.
I also think that some people haven't figured out what's good yet.
Yeah.
I'm saying what I think is good, but I could be wrong. There's things that have proven me wrong that have gone, I don't think that's that good, and then it has. I thought the Haradrim Raider list was really good, with double Thalbeast, but Ryan Hinch said he didn't like it, and he said he's still struggling to find a list that he quite likes. Yeah. Or at least last time I spoke to him.
I'm on the same page. I can't find, because I played the Berserker list, and that's just gone. I played Rohan with Nature's Wrath. Nature's Wrath's gone, so...
I mean, I think if you're not playing super often, you just pick something you want to do and get good at it, because that's always the strat, right? The game's played not so often, like it's not like online games where you can play them so much, that just getting good at the game is enough to win you most of your games. It's not got a huge amount to do with optimizing, so... James
used double Thalbeast with Harad Raiders. How did you do, James, in the end? Can't remember what his good list was. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how you did.
I think Ryan said it was just squishy. It was defense 4. But yeah, it did seem really scary to me.
I guess because you can't get the Shadow Lord in it, can you? I know, you must be able to.
You can, you still get the army bonus too. I mean, it was the Shadow Lord and the Betrayer.
Oh, we have Knights, feels good. Yeah. But no, overall, those are some pretty cool lists. 450. We've been seeing a lot of low points at the moment.
Yeah, I personally prefer playing 700-800.
Yeah, I prefer the last couple of tournaments
finales, probably it's kind of nice to get a higher one. But yeah, 700-800. I like 1,000 too. It can be fun.
Yeah. Okay, went 2
But
and
yeah,
1 with
I'm
Farad.
not as interested in the 450, 500 tournaments right now. Not as bothered by them.
It's been interesting seeing what people are running though.
Yeah. The game changes pretty dramatically.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is that all hero lists like the Glorfindel Boromir one they can just break you in a turn. Quite easily. Like, it's just pretty scary. You just go, oh wait, I'm just lost. Like I just lose. You're playing to the death against them or something, and it's like he just killed 16 of my models, which broken me. I'm never going to break him, and he's presumably going to 25% me next turn, and then the game's just over.
Yeah.
So, oh, okay. Yeah, it's a different game because there's less. You have less of the tools in at that points value. It's more matchup dependent.
So
yeah, they're good lists. Good lists.
James went 2 and 1 with his Farad, so
okay.
Low half top 10. Yeah, great. Yeah, so once again, congratulations to Leon for winning the event.
Yeah, all
good.
Especially with a list like Eagles, because Eagles can be hard to play.
Yeah.
Even though we raid them, I still think they're really difficult. So.
Yeah. I think there are some armies which have different points values of which they're viable. Knights are 500 plus army these days. Barg and Sauron are viable, but 700 plus rarely. And there's armies like Gondor, Rohan who could do well at pretty much any level. Yeah, I'd completely agree with that.
The reason Gondor and Rohan can do it at any points value is because there's so many different builds for those armies. They have so many heroes that they can pick from.
Yeah.
So Riders Rohan are good at 400, they're good at 800. So whereas like the builds with like say Candish, they build in one direction, so they're only. I think they're playable a lot, but I think Candish are better at lower. Because when you get to 800, everyone's got stuff that can just kill you.
Well, it's like you look at it's obviously not a tournament, but if you watch the Palantir, they do the 50-point battle rep. Currently, Warg Riders are on like a 10-game winning streak. It's just 4 Warg Riders just tearing through everything, tearing through Army of the Dead and stuff. It's at that points level because they have strength 4 knockdown, they kill stuff. But then if you take...
Or maybe Warg Riders are OP and you're just rubbish at playing them.
No, because they're using old Warg Rider stuff. They haven't taken into account the fact they're cheaper now.
They're cheaper now.
Yeah.
Warg Riders are good.
Warg Riders are good, yeah. But yeah,
50 of them.
Like 800 points, there's other 800-point lists which just screw them.
The other thing with low points is that, as I say, it's very matchup dependent. Because if you build like your gun line, if you build a gun line list and then run into somebody with blinding light, it's like, oh god. Or if you build a standard list and then run into someone who's all in one thing, like heroes or horde, you just can't win some of those scenarios. It's just like not possible. So it's part of the reason I prefer higher points, because you have more tools to play with the game with. But and I just prefer the games. You can get more fun stuff in the lists. So.
Yeah, James, I think Twitch just condenses down the messages so people don't spam. So you can't do like new lines. Witch King, that's interesting. Witch King Betrayer, 24 Raiders.
Oh, I'm surprised it didn't get a shot at all.
Obviously did quite well. Ran into
a high up wood elf army.
Yeah.
You're gonna get wrecked by that one. Especially for the Wraiths now. Now that they aren't so dominant, they actually care about elves. Elves are now an even more serious problem for them. So.
So that was the Dielsdorf tournament. Leon, once again, thank you for sending over those lists. It's been pretty cool looking at some non-UK.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how people build slightly differently.
So on to W.A.R, which is Reading's event run by David Clubley and Ben Kluwer, I think. I'm probably butchering Ben's second name. But yeah, they run this, I think this like 4th year in a row. So they run a large event. They had 52 players, which is put them on the like GBHL Wall of Fame for like most players. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Up there with like Ardcon, Palantir, Stockport and stuff. Palantir 7 Stones stuff. But yeah, which is pretty awesome. So, go on, sorry.
How many points was this event, sorry?
This was 500. So it's 500 points. You took a good and an evil army. In your evil army, you couldn't have any alliances. In your good army, you could have 1 allied warband. Which is, I don't know. I thought it was a bit interesting, but
sorry about that.
Earthquake at Josh's.
The wire's running up next to me, so whenever I move my mouse, I knock it.
Wait, and Sterling. What do you mean, Chris?
Sterling made the cut for the Wall of Fame, right? Because it had 52.
Oh right. Oh okay. Yeah. Scenarios are random from 12. Okay. So yeah, so you have to predict. I think someone put up a post like, "Oh, why did you do that, David?" But David commented saying most of the good players still just took pure forces anyway. So
Yeah.
overall, it didn't matter too much. But yeah,
Low points value means there's less options for that.
from I've never been to one of their events, but from what I've heard from people, it's a really good event. So yeah, well done to David and Ben. We'll start off with the 5th place list. This is Adam's list. Starting with his good. He has Army of Thor and Einhells. Thor leading 11 dwarves with Erebor with shield, 4 dwarves with spear and shield. Einhells captain on goat, 6 with spear and shield, 4 crossbows, and 2 goat riders. Both 250 points each per warband, which is pretty nice. Yeah.
Iron Hill's captain
That's
on
pretty
goats
cool.
is really good at this points value, especially with. So he's going to kill whatever he runs into for the most part, and he gets the might back probably. Thor's like unkillable at any point value.
Where to get my back?
The 5+ Master of Battle, right? Copying.
Oh right, I thought you meant like regaining might.
No, sorry. It's just a bigger deal at lower points values where there's less might.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah.
Thor is leader.
Killable.
At 500 points, there's not going to be, unless you're running into a all hero list.
I've played it at like 1,000 points. You still can't kill it. It's really hard.
Defense 9, 4+, he gets his fate back, and it's a 3+.
One thing that I'm noticing, which is a bigger deal at lower points values, which is more noticeable at lower points values, is that these bigger warbands for big heroes is making a really big difference.
Yeah.
People are showing up with them now because they can bring them along and still fit in almost as many guys.
Yeah.
Whereas you'd be down 3 more models than this if you wanted to run Thor in the old rules. So you'd be having to just put a banner in as well or something. So
I guess when we're saying there's going to be nothing to fight him, I guess there is now. There might be other big heroes.
Yeah, I still think nothing can kill him.
Yeah, he's still really hard to kill.
There's things that can fight him, he's just never going to die. He's defense 9, he gets 3 fate points if he rolls a 4+, he's just so hard to kill.
Okay, another rule they used, James put in the chat, they used minor and major victories. From major victory, you had to outscore your opponent by 7 major points.
Yeah, I like major minor wins, because they pressure you to go for big wins if you want to comfortably play on some tables.
And it means that you can't just like squeak a tasty word out.
Yeah.
If Iron Hills were plastic, I'd imagine they're far more prevalent. I think they're amazing. We'll see. Yeah, I think I said last week.
We were talking about.
I think really currently, without the Hobbit book being released, I think Iron Hills is the best list in the game right now.
I wouldn't go
from personal preference.
That far.
As I don't think like when I say that I mean as a generalist. For players of all skill, I think they're the best.
Yeah,
there are armies which have higher peaks, but I think that there are some armies like Felbeast and Eagles which have a really like high peak, but are really hard to play. I think Iron Hills have a good peak, not as high as some, but are easier to play than others.
That's probably fair. I tend to rate stuff by like if it's all played correctly. You know, if I tend not to like to take the strength of lists based on people being poor at playing against them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Playing with them. So I think there's certain other builds that are just better, even if not everyone can play them.
Yeah.
So I'm not confident they're the best, but they're definitely pretty strong. Yeah, that's the thing. They don't like. It's just when you look at Serdan, I'm just like, he's so good.
Yeah.
And they have nothing like that, you know.
I said there's a lot of armies with higher peaks because they have all these tricks and stuff, but the Iron Hills just don't need it. They don't have them, but
they just brute force for everything. It's like if you draw them and you don't have a great list to go into them, a lot of the time there's just nothing you can do. You just lose.
There's a reason my Helmingers list appeared, and it was to counter Iron Hills.
Yeah, it's a good list. Strong.
Yeah, this list itself is pretty good. It's cool that he's got some dwarfs of Erebor in there. They don't see a lot of
lower points values. You're expecting to hit more into lower defense, especially in Good v Evil. So it shouldn't be as too bad. And having a mix means that you're probably going to be winning on 5s or something. So yeah, it's good.
So his evil list is a good old Harad list. So not going for 50% bows. He's only got he's got less than a third bows. I know I'm an idiot. 11 warriors, bow and spear.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say really? Why?
50%. I thought it just said 11 warriors with spear, but no. Okay, so yeah, 50% bows with betrayer, 2 chiefs with bows. That's
Yeah, they're all in the Betrayer's Warband, so you can buff them all up.
that's
Yeah.
scary. That's very nice.
Yes.
That's...
Herad gun line again.
I thought you were nice. I thought you were nice, Adam. Used to be a nice person. How could you?
Just this list, like rerolling all fair rolls to wound is insane. Yeah, like let's assume you're hitting the defense 6 army, which is probably a lot of good armies. Defense 6, you're rolling what 15 shots.
Yeah.
A chieftain's at bows 70. You're hitting 8 or 9 times. You're getting 1.5 wound. You're probably killing 3 defense 6 models a turn, and that's defense 6. If you're hitting defense 5, it's presumably double that, roughly, more than double that because you have the rerolls. It's just it's really strong. Herad gun line's very strong, and then when you hit combat, they still get it in combat.
Yeah,
it's really good. And then you get a caster. You've got 6 might, which is good. Strong list. It's not got Sully in it, but it's got more guys.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd probably run Sully and drop a few models because I think he's really good. But I think Chieftain. There's an argument for Chieftains, and I think that makes sense to me. You take.
You might have said strength defense 5 instead of 4 or something. Don't know. Not sure.
Oh, so yeah. Sorry, I meant defense 4. I meant wounding on 5s. Sorry about that.
Bit of there. Herad is good. Herad is very good. I'm going to be seeing them do a lot. I haven't got all of the lists yet for League Finale, but we've already had a few.
A few Herad lists. Like 20 players.
Which is scary. It's all about the 2.5 wounds per turn if Betrayers they haven't moved and are all in range. They need 6s. Yeah. They kill off a couple of models as they get to combat. Herad's already a relatively hoardy list, and then you hit combat, they're already outnumbering you. They've taken down some models and then reroll into wounds. It's nice. No banner.
New players underrate shooting. They're like, oh, it doesn't kill much, and it's like it only needs to kill a few. If you kill like 6 or 7, then there's like 3 combats on either side of the line where you outnumber your opponents, and then you're probably winning in them, and then you're probably killing, and then it just snowballs. So you're just picking off some models can be such a huge difference. And obviously the kills are twice as relevant when it comes to breaking. You need to kill half as many models.
Yeah.
It's really scary. Pretty scary list.
So I don't think we really need to touch 4th place list. It's not like... no one really likes this guy. It's not really in the chat or anything.
It's got one of the lists that I've wanted to see for so long.
Alright, I guess James will have a look at your lists.
We're going to do his good army first.
I'll start with his evil list, with his Moria, which I think is really cool because he's got black shields. I haven't spoken to James, but I think I spoke to Jasmine a bit, and she was saying that James is really not loving the black shields because they've definitely been nerfed, but James is still an advocate for black shields being good, and it's cool to see him coming forth with the list. Oh, black shields are dead. Internet told me so. Yeah, James looked at the internet. The internet told him black shields are dead. He set out to prove them wrong. So good on you, James.
Got a lot worse.
They're definitely
really grim.
Definitely worse. Still good.
The hatred dwarves is good against dwarves, but I used to just give them axes. I gave half of them axes because they rerolled once against elves and dwarves anyway. Yeah. So you used to just go through dwarves with the axes, guys. Defense 6 goblins is still good.
And because it's good versus evil, the chance of going against dwarves is increased.
Yeah, and strength and black shields are still a pain for elves.
Yeah.
Defense 6 is a pain for a lot of good armies. Like I've always thought that if I took my God of the Fanatical list into anything below defense 6, I'd favour me. But when it goes into defense 6 stuff, it's like it becomes such a slog.
So 2 things. First off, I like Chris's. If he didn't take black shields, he would have podiumed.
He would have podiumed.
And secondly, I think you'll find you're wrong, James. The only strength for... Oh wait, I didn't see the defense 6. You're not wrong.
No, he's also wrong. Because what about Rohan Royal Guard went on the charge? They're strength 4, defense 6.
Yeah. But
what a liar. Not up to date on the new rules.
This guy.
Or what about those all hero lists that I'm expecting to see?
Yeah, damn it, James.
What's interesting about it is that it's like a standard goblin list. It's got a bat swarm, it's got 2 warlords, it's got a cave troll, it's got 3 chunky warbands.
It is a list that you'd actually see last edition.
Yeah, you wouldn't see the cave troll so much, but the other stuff, yeah, you can see it. It's not playing the horde goblin game. It's playing I'll take even numbers of goblins to you that can reasonably battle line with you because I'm frontline defense 6. Yeah. And then I have a bunch of toys that you don't have, like a cave troll and a bat swarm, because my models are just cheaper.
As James said, the bat's there for heroes. We were going to touch on it before. Currently, Batswarm's are the Order Mobilize, which is really good. Bilbo is the Order Mobilize, which is really good.
40 points.
For 40 points.
Bilbo.
Old Gollum, which I assume Jay has changed, is 35 points for a Fight 5 model with the ring, which is the Order Mobilize. He is a monster. Who else? Frodo, I guess, but he's not really worth just the drop. And then Isildur's already a god. Batswarm's
anything that can half 5 value because
especially
so scary.
Bilbo with the ring for 40 points can join Rivendell as an independent hero.
Yep. It's really good. Drop him in. If you have the points, drop him in.
Yeah.
It's great as a drop.
He's really... Well, no, not as a drop. You put him in someone's warband.
Yeah, you can. It does a very similar thing to me where it's like, if you have as Baragon and Damrod, where if you have some points left at the end, you just drop him in.
Yeah.
You know, you may as well. I wouldn't force him into a list. I don't think he's that useful. Because he's kind of matchup dependent, but I think he's definitely worth dropping in.
Mm-hmm.
Bats are still round down, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they've changed. I'll double check, but I don't think they've changed.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, good list. I like it. I still don't think it's the best Goblin list, but I think it's good.
Ooh, shots fired.
No, but I haven't played the Goblin list that I think is good, so I don't know. I could just be completely wrong because I haven't playtested and you've playtested that one.
Still, poor Bill still goes to fight 0.
Oh, they do.
Oh, poor Bill. Okay, now, this is... I hadn't actually looked at James's good list. This is a really cool list. Wow.
Yeah, I know. This is why I was like, I can't even joke about him being a bad player with a list like that.
Yeah.
Me and you have both wanted to build Army of Lake Town lists. The only thing that broke my heart was the Allied Warband. But...
Yeah. What is the... Isn't it the Master Special Rules increased?
It's a 6-inch +1 fight value bubble.
Yeah.
If you go for the full army, it becomes 12 inches.
12, yeah.
Which is army wide, pretty much.
First experiment of the new edition. Broadly happy with the last one game of the weekend. There was Recon versus Ed's Rivendell Knights. That was the Goblins. So Goblins expect to lose that. But yeah, I've wanted to do Army of Leytown for so long.
Is Lothlorien green for them?
No, it says convenient at the top.
Oh, does it?
James was just saying that in green it's 12.
Oh yeah, it's not too big a deal when you're running this few models and you have Fight 5 spears.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, they don't have spears. They have shields.
Shields, yeah.
No spears. Oh.
2 guards.
I guess they can fed 6.
6-inch bubble's good enough though, right?
Yeah, well, 6-inch bubble's going to hit the entire army.
Don't care about it being 12, yeah. 12's overkill.
It's good. 12's not overkill when you're running 70 of them.
No, but in this list.
Yeah, in this list, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's good when you've got elf spears and you're already going to fight 5. But they just have spears. I'm surprised you didn't run spears.
Yeah, Master of Lake Town, Alfred Braga, all leading nearly 4 warbands. Is Alfred still Fortitude? I expect Alfred to be a minor hero.
I'm pretty sure he's still 12.
And then got Haldir, Heavy Armor, Elf Bow, 10 Gladrum, Elves with Shield, and 2 Gladrum, Court Guard.
So many models.
46 models of 500 points. He's got... Haldir's got a bow, and then he's got...
I would have
bows?
considered dropping a couple to put in 4 elf bows in the Glafram warband and spears. But it's Fortitude in armies, independence and survivors. Makes sense. But yeah, it's scary. There's so many models there.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are going to fight 4 most turns. Those that aren't are going to fight 5. It has 8 might and then 3 will on Alfred.
To give
which is with 46 models. This list is scary. There's so many models. Oh, did it?
It's fine now. It's just like squealed.
I don't know. I didn't touch it.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
oh yeah, Braga.
Braga's
Whenever he calls a heroic and he's within 6 inches of the master, he rolls a dice on a 4+. It's free. I think any heroic. Is it any heroic or is it just moves? No, it's like a taskmaster effect off the master. Off his heroics for free. So much might, so many models. It's high fight value.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing it doesn't have is courage on the bog standard troops, but there's elves and the bog standard troops have spears, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's really scary. It's a good list. I really like this list. I think this is one of the best ones we've seen.
Yeah, congrats for coming forth with that list.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
did
really
it win
cool.
all its games, or did it drop one?
Yeah, 'cause you lost with your Goblins, correct, was a problem at the times versus Ed Flappies.
Yeah, that's terror for low courage because they're only courage 2.
Oh wait, did you play Ed?
Did you
play Ed twice? Then.
Oh, that's a.
Spent 5
of
6
6
on table 1. So you only lost with the goblins of recon.
To be fair, the
twice,
elves
okay.
do help out a lot against fell beasts now because they don't have strike, right? Most of them, and elves fight 5 with an elven blade for free, and fight 6 on the guard.
Oh, so that means you beat Ed with. Wait.
This list.
So you beat Ed with this list, but lost against his other one. But Ed still came second.
Fell beasts are worse in the new rules now, and elves are a really good counter.
Oh, he drew versus Flappies, lost at recon. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that list.
Yeah, I really like. I think this is a really good list. I think it's really cool. I love Army of Lake Town. Love seeing it. So.
I got your list in an email for the finale, James. I expected it to be a Army of Lake Town list. Don't disappoint me.
Yeah, it's a really cool list.
So on to the top 3 podium positions. Start off with the Evil Force from Mr. Ryan Hinch. So we've got Vrasku, Ugluk, Sharku. Sharku on foot, specified. 10 crossbows.
It's a hell of a start to that list, though, isn't it? Vrasku, 10 Urukai, Rose of crossbow.
Scary. A couple of scouts, a couple of warriors, a few orcs with spears. I assume the orcs are obviously there for cheap spears, also for Ugluk to decapitate.
Yeah, makes sense. Banner in it too.
Only one
that we haven't seen in any of the lists before now. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it before, so.
No.
Banner's nice to have.
That's surprising actually. Yeah, no banners. Obviously, James couldn't take any, but Adam had access.
Hey, you could have taken one with his elf band. Did the scenarios reward banners?
Like, it was random with the 12.
Oh, it was random.
Yeah. So yeah, just another Urukai list. I believe talking to Ryan a bit, I think he lost with this list. No scenarios came up which needed banners. That's quite lucky. He was kind of disappointed with this list. I think he expected it to do a bit better than it did. It was just a good list which carried him mainly through the event. But yeah, 10 crossbows plus Vrasku is.
Oh, no scenarios came up which needed banners.
And here.
I'm really mixed about Uruks. Like, I still think they're really good, but every time I build a list, I can't quite get one I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Sharky's still good, Ugluk's good, Vrasku's good. So, yeah. Just sort of a standard Uruk list. You're maxing out on crossbows, you're getting your 3 might heroes in there. And then just Urukai. 1 Warg Rider's nice to have the cavalry, so yeah. Decent, I guess. Nothing crazy.
Then is a bit of a cheeky good list. So it's got Legolas, Prince Mirkwood, Horse Orcrist, Palace Guard, 8 Mirkwood Elves, Shield, 5 with Bow, and then Haldir with some Wood Elves. So this is cheeky because this Legolas has auto shot.
Yeah, it's a Hobbit era Legolas which hasn't been updated yet.
So it doesn't need the 2+ to hit.
Played against this is selling.
Yeah.
Don't think it really used it that much, but yeah.
Very low numbers.
I'm surprised this list did as well as it did, to be honest.
Yeah. Especially because it's Mirkwood Elves, so they're like point over.
Yeah. I mean, defense 6 elves, I guess.
Yeah.
They're just good. There's a lot of wood elves in there they have elven cloaks. I don't know.
They come with elven cloaks.
This is super low. I'm surprised this did as well as it did. I wouldn't be scared of drawing this list.
No, because what?
I think the Urukai list looks better than
28 models.
I guess, yeah, because of Legolas's bigger warband. But...
You do have... you got 4 bows in Haldir's warband, 5 in Legolas's and Legolas.
Haldir doesn't have a bow?
Oh no, Haldir doesn't.
Which would be 2 more shots.
So that's 9 bow shots plus Legolas at strength 3. Can work quite well.
Yeah. I guess he's trying to squeeze in points with wood elves. Because Mirkwood elves are kind of expensive. Palace Guard with a spear, shield, and a banner.
Yeah,
it's a shame that he put in 2 banners and none of the missions that gave banner VPs were at the event. It's a little bit frustrating. I've had that happen before. It's a bit annoying. But... Yeah, decent. I'm surprised these listed as well as they did.
Yeah.
Impressive that Ryan did so well with them.
I was going to say, it just shows that Ryan managed to play them really well on the day.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Well done for coming third.
Yeah,
Ryan.
impressive.
I'll just quickly jump onto Yeah, Ryan is a great player. You right?
So I just saw he was second place
Yeah.
in his
Oh,
lists.
please don't mess up stream. Oops, there you go. So this is a very Ed Ball list.
Yep, indeed.
Undying on Felbeast, Kamul on Felbeast, Tesco Wraith on Felbeast, and a single Orc Tracker, which is there because it was a 4 model minimum army.
A concession to the format.
Sweet.
He said he didn't want it. He wouldn't, because it makes his army easier to break. Oh no, it doesn't make his army any easier to break, but it means that there's an Orc Tracker that can die to give up break VPs.
Yeah.
So 3 models out of the way.
James with the salt in chat, me after playing Ed twice.
Yeah, it's a good list. Undying got worse, but I guess he's still a good general. Kamul's the same, pretty much, because he was probably the fairest of the Wraiths.
Yeah,
Obviously,
Kamul
the
didn't
casting
change.
got worse.
Tesco Wraith now has March.
Yeah, but they don't have Strike,
nice.
do they?
No, but with Kamul, doesn't really.
I guess you aren't expecting to run into as many things that can deal with them at these low points values.
I know, speaking to Ed Sterling, he likes having the Tesco Wraiths for the March. Having March is just efficient.
I'm surprised these lists are still
strike.
as relevant as they are. Not as relevant, but I'm surprised Ed's still doing as well as
I'm not surprised because it's Ed. If it was someone else...
I think it's Ed. Yeah. No, I mean, it's obviously Ed, so he's doing well, but I still don't think these lists are that great now. Like, I think there's a lot of things that can just mess them up.
But I think...
It's impressive that Ed's still doing well, much in the same way that like Ryan did with his lists.
As James has said in the past, the internet said, Felbeasts are awful, Magic's awful, monsters are dead, so... Ed must just be a god.
Say monsters are dead.
No, I was just saying, they're saying Felbeasts are dead. But yeah, I think this is... It's still a good list, and Ed is a really good player.
Kamul's a really good assassin. Triple Magic's still a thing.
Yeah. Well,
because you can immobilize them and then pump up your thing with Strike and just one-shot them. It's just for problematic for like heroes like Elendil, that have Fortify, or Glorfindel that have Fortify. Yeah, you can just drop out into any list you want.
Ed's blooming fantastic at the game, I could agree with that. And then, more things to counter it. Elves are easy to ally, so Amber with pretty much everything.
I think it helps that it's a lower points value with this list, so you're running into less things that can cause problems for it, less big heroes.
Yeah.
That are like really hard to answer, and presumably less elves. But yeah, it's what you'd expect from Ed, I guess.
Then
it's interesting that he went 213 too, because I've seen him drop fate points. I think it was more with the Witch King. He'd go like 3-19-2 with the Witch King as his setup. So I guess he really wants 2 fates.
Yeah.
So they can just get unlucky, I guess. But I guess you're not casting as much magic, are you? So it's not as important to have loads of will. But, yeah, it's a good list.
His good list is Rivendell with Elrond, Heavy Armor Horse, who's his general, Arwen on Asalaf, not actually the horse, he used Asalaf, and 11 Rivendell Knights, 9 with Shield. This list is scary.
I've never played against Rivendell Knights,
so
I don't know.
So
the low model count always worries me with them, but I know they're good.
Yeah, he doesn't have Blinding Light, so obviously could get shot. But he's got 11 bows on the knights. He's then got double Wrath of Bruinen for when he does charge in. He could just run around, pick things off, and then because he's got lances, 5/5, 2 attacks on charge, and then just knock you down and do a load of damage.
I also Asphaloth is Fleetfoot, 12-inch move and Fleetfoot, so they can go through forests as well. Yeah. The other thing that's good about this is that if you stand the Rivendell Knights still, they can reroll all their misses with bows because of the army bonus.
That's true.
And double Wrath of Bruinen is insane.
Yeah.
I think this is pretty much the smallest knight list you can effectively build. Yeah, that makes sense. I think if you can't go any smaller than this. Yeah. There's 13 models, even at 500.
Especially as you have to take Aaron now for a night list.
Yeah. I know it was Beacons last year.
Yeah.
Was it Martin that brought a Rivendell Knight list? He brought, was it Saruman, a Rivendell Knight Captain, and 11 Rivendell Knights. And I know it drew a double Ring Wraith list, one on Felbeast, one on Horse twice. So it's kind of unlucky for it, but yeah, it just seemed like a very low model count.
It's a list which James himself runs quite a few times. I played him at Scouting of Cheshire, and he had Arwen Captain Saruman, I believe, if you had James, and then just Rhoda Knights. Yeah, I know James has had pretty good success with River Knights. I know Dave Shearer's played River Knights a few times.
Yeah, there's someone else I know that I've seen play them too.
Is it Anoush?
Did Anoush play them? He played them at Stockport in Flames, right?
Yeah.
Played like Rivendell Knights and Eagles or something.
Probably.
Sorry, I'm
Probably
double
so,
captain. I know you played Dan, a friend of ours, at Ardacon first game last year. He had like Harad with a Fell Beast. You were playing. I think you had Arwen in the list then, but I don't know. But yeah,
I think River Knights is still quite good.
Elrond's really good. Foresight of the Eldar is really good in this list. Lord of the West makes him pretty much unstoppable.
I really like Foresight.
Foresight's really good.
Yeah.
You really like it, did you say?
Yeah. When I was using Sterling, it was useful. It's like I played a game.
To lose priority on certain turns is really nice. It's not just to win it, which is what makes it really good.
Oh, when Brandon and made everything sit down was great.
Yeah, he said he rolled like 4 dice to resist a spell and didn't get it or something.
Oh, poor
With
Dan.
the Shadow Lord, he rolled like a 3 high or something, and he had 2 might. I think it's what he said. Yeah, there he is.
My creator resisting magic with all this name out.
He said he got a bit unlucky, and we thought he got a bit unlucky with a resist roll, and then it was just really awkward for him to play. Yeah. But yeah, still, I've always heard Rivendell Knights are good. Yeah. So.
On to first place. So I think this is 2 tournaments in a row that he's come first place in. Callum Edens, because he won the Dark Sphere event. So congratulations, Callum. The only person to beat me at Ardacon.
Can proudly say I put a 1-1 record against him. The first time I played him, he didn't know who I was, so he thought he was going to be a free win. And he was like, oh no. I was like, yes, still a winner guy. But, yeah.
So
it's basically a very similar
strong Harad list.
5th place list, except it's got Sullian, which is what I'd run. It's got more cavalry. It's got 3 raiders and 2
It actually has less poison as well, because it's got.
Oh yeah, because it's got.
Because the Watchers.
Out of the Haradrim warriors.
Do the Watchers have poison?
No.
No. So 2 Watchers with blades, 5 Fires in Sully's warband, and then 2 in the Betrayer's warband. Obviously, still a lot of poison because 6 warriors, 6 with bow, 2 with spear, 3 raiders, and then the Serpent Riders and Serpent Guard have poisoned blades. So still a lot of poison. Then the fatties don't need the poison because strength 4, 2-handed with Burley.
It's got
really
Sullian.
Nice.
He's leading. So you've got an 18-person warband and an 11-person warband. So again, making use of the 18-person warband for the Hero of Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's again, Harad a good line. We've been over them a couple of times. So
I think we're definitely going to be seeing them more. It's like if we're going to keep doing tournament reviews. I'd be surprised if there's a tournament that doesn't have a Harad list in the top 5. I think, especially obviously if it's good versus evil, there'd definitely be one.
Yeah, it's another one of the reasons why I think Sardon's pretty good, because Blinding Light's insane in this edition to counter Harad lists. So we've already spoken about it, I guess. Fatties are still good even though they went up a point. They're really good at cracking free stuff. So yeah, good list, strong list, pretty strong list.
His good list was
this is a build that I've been told about.
Thranduil Hall's League Town Militia. So Legolas on horse with 11 Mirkwood warriors, 4 bow, 5 glaive, 2 shields, 1 knight with a shield, and Bard horse armor, and 17 militia, 10 shields, 4 bows, and 3 spears.
Okay, so I just want to point out that this is, to me, a concession to the points. This list normally runs Thranduil leading the Mirkwood, because his army bonus gives them all +1 to wound, and then you got Bards pumping up the League Town Militia. I think that's something along the lines of what Harry took to Sterling, where you go Thranduil 18 guys, Bard 18 guys, because they're both heroes of legend.
Yeah.
And they're both really good for their armies. But it looks strong. It doesn't look as scary, I think, as a couple of the other lists we've seen. I mean, the Rivendell Knight list is scarier, probably. And I think the James Braun's Lake Town elf list looks, again, scarier, but just because it's got more models. Bard and Legolas at this point's value are really hard to deal with both of them.
I was gonna
they bring a lot of utility.
I'm surprised to see 2 Mirkwood lists, but I guess they've both taken Legolas, and you can't take Legolas with Warband except for a Mirkwood at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's probably
so you've got to pay
you don't
the
rate
point.
Legolas, but he is You do accept that he's good.
I rate Legolas. I hate using him because he never does anything for me. I've
He's really
never
good.
had success with Legolas.
Yeah, he's really strong.
But yeah.
2 attacks is a shame, but put him on a horse, he's probably going to kill most stuff. The utility's really, really good.
And obviously this one still has the auto shot.
Auto shot. I swear that you think that 2+ doesn't make a difference. Every single time I've tried that 2+ hit thing, I've rolled a 1 and had to mate it.
Yeah.
It's like, please. Or like half the time, it's just stupidly often. So
yeah.
But yeah, good list. I think the Harad gun line's the scariest list that we've seen out of all the ones today. I liked the Dolguldur list. I can't remember what the event was called.
Dielsdorf.
Yeah, I think that one's super cool. I think all hero lists are definitely showing their face in a big way.
It's cool to see how different, like, Old Edition, of all the lists we've seen today, obviously you'd see the Fell Beast, you'd see James's Goblin list. Not sure which other ones you'd actually see, which is good because obviously it's a lot of new stuff. Obviously the meta has definitely changed and is changing. A few months down the line we could all go back to playing the exact same thing that we used to, but currently... I
don't think it's insanely likely, but yeah.
No. Currently everyone's playing for different stuff, obviously, as we've said.
Yeah,
people are testing.
The nature of this game is that it enables a lot of different things. You know, even if something's not quite as good as something else, it's not like you just lose by picking it.
Yeah.
Because it's a dice game. So yeah, it's super cool to see a lot of different stuff. Some things more often than I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Harad, please stop. Please stop. Spare me.
Sauron.
I've dodged that match. Yeah, Sauron at Sterling, Harad. Lots of elves. Elves are annoying.
Yeah.
Every time I play them, my opponent hates playing against them, even when they win. So, but yeah, it's good. Good lists. Impressive.
Yeah, it's been cool.
Well done, Callum.
Yeah, well done, Callum, for winning Reading. Once again, well done to David and Ben for the awesome event. I think James was saying earlier it's the first time he's gone to Reading and it was a really good time. So,
thanks for sending us the lists as well to everyone who did.
So I think that's probably going to be it because you want to jump off and play Civ.
I'm also pretty tired, actually, surprisingly.
I was going to say, I think I've been messaged by Ben and I think Dan's jumped in the chat both to try and push you to go and play a Civ game.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So we've got... I'm playing the Throne of Skulls next week. You're not.
But I should be down on the Saturday. I might try and get some pictures, actually, if you want.
Yeah, that'd be cool, because you can't take pictures in the hall.
You can take pictures, you can't record, right?
Is it video?
I think it's videos that you can't do, but you can take pictures. I'm pretty
sure.
You
can take some pictures.
I'll try and take some. I took pictures last year, so I hope I can.
We'll be getting our hands on the Throne, not the new Hobbit book next weekend, and then the week after we then have the league finale.
Mm-hmm.
So we are definitely going to be talking about all three of those things in a live stream. No idea.
We haven't figured out
when and what format. Because we could do like Throne of Skulls and the book together. Because I don't expect a lot of the books changed.
Yeah, it was. Lord of the Rings did because the book's released so long ago, whereas this new Hobbit one's come out really recently.
Yeah.
So I expect a chunk of changes with the unexpected journey profiles, like Grimhammer's, Goblin King, Gollum, Thorin's company. They'll all probably change quite a bit. Yeah. But the Hobbit ones from there and back again, mostly the same.
Yeah, so maybe put those two into a video or into a live stream, and then the last one, another one for the league finale, and then a general talk over like the league as a whole, or the year as a whole. Maybe do some like stats things. I know Barney was interested in doing some statistical discussions, so
that'd be cool.
Talk to him about joining us for that one. Once again, no idea when, because obviously we may have another stream between now and Christmas. Probably won't have both streams between now and Christmas.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount of time. I'm kind of busy.
Yeah, because you're busy with uni work, and then obviously
I have exams, and then I do
family
part-time work over Christmas for me. I do night shifts at Astra again, so
so
it's fun.
We should at some point jump back on with another stream.
Yeah.
So hopefully see you guys there. So be sure to like us on Facebook, follow the Twitch channel, subscribe to us on YouTube. If there's anything you guys want us to discuss, you will have like army list that you'd like feedback on, or any like rules questions, feel free to put them in the comments of the YouTube channel or send us a message on Facebook. We'll either reply there or address them in the next stream. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you, Josh, for joining me once again. And
yeah, no, happy to be here.
see you guys next time.
See ya.